How's it going, guys? There
Howdy.
you are. Finally, let's start.
What do you mean finally? Aren't we 25 minutes early?
I said 8 or 8:30.
Oh,
We're gonna start on Lazarus because I actually have some contracts there.
let's start on 2. I hear a snack. What is the choice for the...
Chex Mix.
Smart man.
It's the bold flavor.
Is that the blue bag?
No. It's the black bag.
Are you gonna am I gonna lose as soon as we join the game because you've got bold Chex Mix flowing through your veins?
No, we're on the same team.
Oh, then I'm gonna win this shit. So I'm trying to learn how to play Demo Knight and Soldier. Those are like my 2 shittiest classes.
I mean, technically Sniper is my shittiest class.
Okay, sorry. They're my worst class that I can play. Sniper is my actual worst class.
We have lost the control point.
Oh wow, I already scored 2 points. Nice. Ooh, almost. We almost got it. That was fast.
I got killed by a bookshelf.
Wait, how?
What is this, IKEA?
Well, I killed Minecraft Steve, so at least there's that. Yeah, I know about the rocket jump thing. I've never been able to pull it off, though.
The same. I just fucking blast shit and pretend that I'm helping.
I'm helping!
Mission ends in 30
And I help! Probably not gonna claim credit for this mission, though. Just seeing how it's going.
Mission ends in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Overtime. You failed.
Well, we may not have won, but I made some friends, tied some yarn,
10 seconds.
blew some people up. I think we're ready for round 2.
Yep. That was good practice, guys. Now let's try not to suck this time. Why am I unable to... oh! I'm a dumbass. I wasn't on the WASD keys.
I do that all the time where I have, like, my my middle finger is on E.
Oh, that's exactly what I was doing.
I do that sometimes. The only game that has me doing that a lot is Skyrim, which is the worst time to be doing shit like that.
Yeah. I would argue this is the second worst game.
Alert. The control point is being captured.
Which one is panic attacks? Damn powerful.
Oh, sweet, I captured the point.
Fuck, it's hard to eat grapefruit one hand.
We have lost the control point.
I was actually talking to Tiger before he started streaming. She said she was gonna lie down, man.
Oh, that means we lost.
Hopefully she'll show up later. And that's why I don't play a sniper.
Oh.
No one's playing Eddie, I'll switch to him.
I'm getting killed over and over again by an engine with a panic attack and a stock pistol.
Ooh.
God, I'm terrible.
An angry German is healing me.
They don't usually.
Yeah, usually they invade Poland.
Not usually, just sometimes. You know, when the mood strikes.
Yeah, it's sometimes.
Like that guy who became president, and then because his dad touched his butthole, he invaded Poland.
And then that other guy who invaded Poland after he failed art school.
Too soon. He rubbing salt in the wound. He was an artiste.
Have you ever seen Hitler's paintings? Like, he has some fucked up perspective.
Oh no, it's like he was the epitome of the kid that thinks he's special because he draws during class.
Yep. Yes, I got killed by Minecraft Steve. How dare I?
Dude, look how disturbed. Where are you? I made my pyro skin really disturbed.
I can't see it yet.
I just slapped fucking eyes on him.
As God intended.
Prepare to compete in
It says control point.
These eyes aren't doing anything for me.
Prepare to compete in 10 seconds.
Thick Nixon is on our team.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start fighting!
Thick Nixon has a special slot in my dream.
The American. Now that is the American dream.
I've gotten really good at air blasting rockets back at, what's it called? Soldier.
I killed the bookshelf. I did it.
Good job. Take that, Sweden.
Yeah, heavy isn't working out for me, so I'm gonna go scout.
Doc, come on, man.
Just gonna rush him in the ass.
Oh.
Oh,
As a spy.
I did. I got their dispenser.
Alright, you just redeemed yourself, Lego Kip. Thank you.
For fucking what?
You let me die! I think it was you. It was one of the medics. You watched me die.
I literally
right
just
in front
got auto-balanced. What are you on about?
of me. Sorry, there was another medic that just let me die in front of him. I got killed by a man with gorilla feet. This is not okie doke.
That was not poggers.
Twas perhaps the antithesis of Pog itself.
It was anti-pog.
D-Pog.
Dude, let's auto-balance me onto the losing team. Aw, fuck yeah.
Alright, now that I know where that turret is, I'm gonna get Soldier and blow it the fuck up.
Mission ends in 30 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, you failed. Prepare to compete in 8 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Begin.
Wait, hang on. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. It looks like you're holding nothing. Your rocket launcher hasn't loaded, so it just looks like you're holding
Wait,
nothing
what?
and firing
Take a
rockets out of
screenshot.
the air.
Take a screenshot.
Alert. The control point is being contested.
Pretty sure I just got a screenshot.
It's F12.
Oh no, I just used like the computer screenshot so I can send it through Discord.
Oh wow, that was a nice shot.
Oh, there's a heavy there. Good to know.
We have lost control point.
Apparently I got death from below.
I thought it was death from above.
Scout, you don't need a teleporter.
Scout need teleport.
Mission ends in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Overtime.
I hope you guys are doing okay. Oh, thank you, Apple.
How did I come in third? I'm terrible at this. What am I doing right?
I picked the wrong weapon, the wrong class, the wrong map. Where did I go right?
Prepare to compete in 60 seconds.
I love that. What is it? Apples is just having fun in the chat.
Yeah. I kind of wish there were more people in the chat so that he's not that lonely.
How can he be lonely when he has me, a housewife?
Ah, yes. Oh yeah. Speaking of which, you know how in the Christmas tree when you saw that they just reached the North Pole, no problem, you went, "What?"
Yeah.
The picture I put there was of like an angry housewife. I googled angry housewife and put a pic of that on there.
Oh, I see. So this has become my personality now.
Competition begins.
I wouldn't say it's your personality, but it's become a gimmick.
Fair.
4, 3,
I mean, you own it so well.
1.
It has been a lifelong dream of mine to become a gimmick.
You have no idea how much I'm restraining myself. And then you fucking did it.
We have secured the control point.
Finally, this game won't be a shutout.
Apples, I'll have you know, I had peanut butter and jelly for lunch and dinner tonight.
Yeah, you make that PB&J, girl.
I have no choice.
The control point has been captured.
sweet, I got enough points for the Lazarus contract. We could actually stop being on this map now.
Thank God. Let's just go back to Turbine where everyone likes me. Also, I killed Thick Nixon. I regret my actions. Of course it was good, Apple.
Whoa. Whoa, what?
I just heard Tiger.
You heard, Tiger?
Because somebody burped in the voice.
Oh.
Somebody is burping into the voice chat, correction.
Can you see this?
See what?
Okay, Kaiser, on your next spawn, look what's happening to me, cause...
Alright, I'm jogging back to- I'm at spawn right now.
Alright. Oh my god. Am I clipping through the floor?
No.
I am clipping through the floor right now. Look at the stream.
You just- oh, hang on, I have stream pause so I can look at chat. Let's- Oh my lord, you are. Sir, do you mind? But yeah, you are clipping through the floor.
Oh my god.
Mission ends in 30 seconds.
I'm gonna switch. Okay, I switched classes and that fixed it. But wow, that was weird.
You failed.
Apples, it is Scandinavian rice.
To complete in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good luck.
Here's the contract fee. You earned it.
Alert. The control point is being contested. We have lost control.
Okay, that's not gonna work.
So I cleaned off the entire control point, and now I'm topping the scoreboard rather than twice
I
the
guess I'm
second
going in as
person.
heavy.
I cleaned the fucking spawn.
Don't worry, we only have to deal with him after we get our ass handed to us by Red. Oh, come on, guys. If a bunch of virgins can storm Area 51, we can definitely take this point.
That is a worthy rallying cry.
No. Let's see.
To the front line, comrade.
No, I'm looking for Scandinavian to mute him. I couldn't find him on the scoreboard.
Oh my god, did he leave? He burped and left. He belched and evacuated. He mouth farted and then departed.
Mouth farted.
Control point is being captured. Alert. The control point is being contested. We have lost the control point. Mission ends in 30 seconds.
Okay, cleared out a bunch of guys. Go, 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 go.
We keep getting closer and closer to turning the tide every round we play.
Overtime. You failed.
Day Schlapper president.
I like.
Alright.
Who would Schlatt's VP be?
I think Carson should be VP.
I think Carson should be the king of everything.
He already is.
Fair.
Let's see. Let. Turning off all capture the flag. Every core game modes are selected. I turned off everything on capture the flag except turbine. Or should I just capture? Or should I just cancel capture the flag altogether?
No. Turbine is level.
All right.
And we both know because of the way this fucking game works, we're both gonna get sent to Turbine on the first match. Deep Fried Dave and Kentucky Fried Rat.
Empty payload.
Competition begins in 60 seconds. Competition begins in 30 seconds. Complete in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Run, coward!
Mission begins in 30 seconds.
I did it. I brutalized half a grape.
Mission begins in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Danke.
Whoa, what?
What happened?
Alright. Got backstabbed by a spy.
That happens all the time.
No, that's like, everything was going so well. Actually, too well now that I look
Have
back.
been awarded additional time.
That about makes sense.
Ames the Worm, welcome to the chat.
Hey, Baba Boo.
will not push self.
Spider ringer.
What was that?
Said spy, dead ring.
Ah, fuck.
Baby team has sparked.
Spy medic. Spy heavy for some reason. Oh wait, no, never mind.
Got a problem with spy heavy? When I teleported in, I dropped a loaf of bread.
Oh, nice. Did it have tumors?
No.
Ah.
Sneaky Valve reference, or proof that Soldier is friend?
Ah, cart is not moving. We must push, little cart.
Attention. 5 minutes left in the mission. 5 minutes left in the mission. The payload is nearing a checkpoint.
Cart will not push self.
That buttons.
I'm developing such a fondness for the Soldier's aesthetic, like how all his achievements are and all that stuff. It's just so, like, gratifying.
Spy medic. Oh wait, never mind. behind you.
Try to take him. Try to take him down.
We must push little car.
Spy, dead ring.
Damn, dude, you're fucking rocking this game.
Oh, that's a Wrangler.
Vanguard will not push self.
Oh, fuck.
No, right?
Killed them if they didn't Uber. I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for those meddling kids.
Hey, I got.
You got him?
Yeah.
As Tiger would say, thank you.
You just reminded me that we're missing a comrade.
Oh, yeah. Okay, pay card is so fucking close.
Vanguard will not push self.
Yes!
Oh, I died.
And now to celebrate, I will jump in there.
Cowards!
Mission begins in 60 seconds.
Let's see, what contracts can I...
Teleporter going up. Teleporter coming right up.
Mission begins in 30 seconds.
Ah, fuck it, I'll play as heavy for now.
Mission begins in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Backing up. Ah! Stand next to little cart! Ah! Good job, everyone!
Guys, we got a spy in that little. Never mind, we got.
Oh, that's nice.
Nah, that's
Thank you.
I got
Yeah,
him.
thank you. I just realized that was you in the kill thing.
Ah, fuck.
Okay, so they're at our spawn.
It's hard to believe this game is 13 years old sometimes.
Jesus. My priest has fucked kids younger than this game.
Oh! I mean, you're not wrong, but...
Engineer is credit to team!
Yes, he is, Heavy. Yes, he is.
Stand by, little wagon!
Okay, what?
We got a spy behind us.
Nah, I'm right on top of you right now. I'll find him.
I'm sorry, I didn't expect.
Time to my wagon!
Mission ends in 60 seconds.
Spy! Spy around here! Stand next to little cart!
Mission ends in 30 seconds.
Apple said the most insulting thing to hear is that your priest doesn't want you for being a ugly fuck despite living in Chernobyl. Because he spelled it wrong.
Typos matter almost as much as actual deaths due to a nuclear power plant failure.
Almost.
Oh.
Additional time.
Yeah, there's a spy around here because he just fucking killed me.
We were so close. I killed like 4 of them on the car.
Alright, there's a sniper over there. I'm gonna try something kind of stupid, though. Yeah, that went out as well as I thought it would. Switching back to heavy.
Don't panic, pop crits, man.
The enemy has received additional time.
Yes, Apple, I'm happy now. Boy, that was a sneeze.
Wraith is playing Gmod.
Honestly.
Thank you, Doctor.
Spy behind us, guys.
Of course I get auto balance when we start winning, when blue starts winning. Of course.
Welcome to the team.
Hello. Hi. I shouldn't be here, but hello.
That's the spirit.
Fine. He kind of just stabbed our sniper.
Oh. Okay, so there's a scout waiting at the teleporter.
Spy Scout.
Attention. 5 minutes left. 5 minutes left in the mission.
Rocket.
How am I fourth? Festival time.
Spy Pyro. That's me.
Alright. Time to break out, NG.
We hold them here!
Dispenser going up. Sentry going up.
Why is it that everyone else gets random crits with melee weapons, but whenever I try to, no, it never
Just
happens.
Ubersaw.
I did. It didn't work.
fuck? And somehow my dispenser's still up. Or sentry gun. Oh, never
just got a
mind.
level 3
It
sentry
got
gun.
zapped.
Good job.
Ah.
Don't use Chris on me.
Spy dead ringered.
Oh. Oh lord, they're coming.
Oh lord, they coming.
I just walked around a corner to find the entire enemy team rounding the opposite corner.
Don't you just hate when that happens?
Stand by, little wagon!
Jordy has said that he's taking a break from the internet, so no, that is
Spy
not
scout,
him.
spy scout.
Okay,
I love this doctor!
There's a sniper peeking the corner.
Get behind me, doctor! Be pushed hard! You are great, doctor!
Damn, we're doing good.
yeah, this. I like this. Can we continue having this?
There's a scout inside our base. He's hiding in that little ramp area behind
Why?
our last spawn point.
How
For the
do
last
they
one.
keep getting random crits right as I have Uber? Fuck.
Suffering from success.
I fucking hate this. By the way, that was a dead ringer spot. That blue scout you just killed engineer.
Oh wow, I did a lot of damage in that life.
Guys, I'm pretty sure we have an NG building up a forward base. I just saw him run somewhere safe.
They're going through the windows, I'm pretty sure.
Gotcha. Nope,
I don't
no
know,
one
I
at windows.
popped my Uber and then they directed their charge towards the windows, so.
Windows are secure.
Alright.
Damn it. Spy in our base. Oh shit, this is getting tense.
Mission ends in 30 seconds.
I'm so glad I'm streaming this.
Hey, Matt, can I get an arrow?
Come on.
Own it.
Wait, how? Just keep
I
it
don't know,
up. Yes!
I got killed.
Still in.
Holy shit, that
Nice
was
job,
tense.
guys.
Okay, we fought for that.
WM1 Pyro, hell yeah.
Holy shit.
That's how you play Pyro, bro.
Okay, I just disconnected because I'm gonna go get a drink. Sparky says, welcome to the chat, Sparky. So yeah, I'll be right back.
Alright. I'm gonna chat with everybody in our chat. Mental Jack.
I'm back! Alright, let's play another game.
Turbine time.
You wanna play Turbine? Alright, let's go to Turbine. What's the drink of the evening? I'm drinking Coke Zero.
Coke chair.
Nice.
But the true pleasure of this evening is the other half of this grapefruit I'm brutalizing.
Now you know you gotta get his penis erect before you slip that on. Because that's the grapefruit
Well,
technique.
I'm not finishing this grapefruit. Thanks. It has infested my mind. And he's playing it on the guitar.
Remember?
Now this is my bonus technique, the grapefruit. Normally you can only get this technique in one of my classes, but I want to share this with you because I believe every man should get grapefruited. When you grapefruit your man, it's going to feel as if you are giving him head and fucking him at the same time. No better feeling.
Alright, time to make an NG nest.
So what you need to do is you need to, of course, have a grapefruit. You want to make sure you get the ruby red. Sweeter is easier. If you are allergic to grapefruit or can't use a grapefruit for your medication, you can always use a large navel orange. Now, what you want to do is make sure the grapefruit is room temperature. All you have to do is put it in warm water. Do not microwave it. Do not boil it. Then, once it gets to that temperature.
Slacker, you didn't answer my question. Sadly, Sonic 2 will not be for Thanksgiving. We're kind of taking a break from content that forces us to put effort in it. Because YouTube's going to earn money from it regardless. We are going to return to Sonic 2, though. Like, the next episode technically is already recorded, so we're going to...
All you need to do is roll it. The reason why you want to roll it is because you want to heat it up. Here, okay. Then what you're going to do is you're going to find the navel. There's two navels to the grapefruit. Once you do that, you're going to place it on the plate and the navel on the outside. You want to take a knife and you actually want to cut one side of that navel off. Now, all this what you're doing, you will not see any of this preparation because I'm going to tell you that a little bit later. It's a trick. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take it to the other side and do the same thing. So you should have a grapefruit that has two sides missing just like this. Now what you're going to do is you're going to put a hole in the middle of the grapefruit approximately the size of your penis. Do not make it too big, do not make it too tight. Just approximately. Then what you want to do is you're going to take the knife midway down and make sure it goes all the way through. All you want to do is make a nice hole in the middle of the grapefruit. Now, if you take it and make it too big, that's okay, because you can always squeeze your hands like the muscles of your vagina. And if you make it too tight, all you have to do is take your finger and push the flesh back. It's just grapefruit. Now, when you grapefruit your man, he has to be blindfolded. There's no ands, ifs, buts about it. Why? You came to the bed with the great food. What is your man going to say? What are you going to do with that? Is it going to burn and all that other thing? So you don't want any of that. So this is what you do. Say, baby, you know what? Tonight, I want to do something a little freakier. I want to suck your dick blindfolded. Your man will blindfold himself if he knows he's going to get some head. So now, your man is in the bed. You have the great food already prepared under the bed. He smells the citrus in the air. He thinks you have on some Victoria's Secrets or something. He has no idea. And what you're going to do is be a woman of your word. Now, you have to get his penis away. But what you're going to do is just suck his dick. That's what he said you were going to do.
And there's the horrifying sound.
Once he's nice and wet, what you're going to do is replace the grapefruit from your mouth. You're going to twist up and down on his shaft and suck the head at the same time.
This content is monetized by YouTube, by the way.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah. Apple said, at least send me the live leak video. That's a good site, good for bad content. We never did a live leak video. You know what? Well, since I'm playing as NG, maybe it was a bad idea to do it right under the vent.
I'm getting really good at suicide rocket launch.
Oh my god, you know what I just realized? Great Poupon never took the intelligence, did he?
Well, now he...
Well, no, that was someone else.
Alert. The enemy has taken our intelligence. Alert. The enemy has dropped our intelligence. Alert. The enemy has taken our intelligence. The enemy has dropped our intelligence.
Sentry going up.
Alert. The enemy has taken our intelligence. The enemy has dropped our intelligence.
Okay, there is a heavy close to me. He knows he's gonna get anal blasted if he comes near me. So I put the sentry in the perfect spot.
Alert. The enemy has taken our intelligence. The enemy has captured our intelligence.
Well, they're not gonna take it again, I promise you that.
Do you, though? Do you?
Oh, fuck.
Sir! You promised! Our intel had to get saved by a spy. I am disappointed.
I'm moving this.
I'm sorry. Well, it's in it. Well, at least it's in a harder to shoot spot.
Bacon, bacon.
Jaded apple.
Yeah, my N-word pass is expired. When Jordy returns to the air now, I'll have to get it renewed.
Oh, I see.
Goonie Fooney from SoundCloud has been banned.
No.
Ah!
Intelligence has returned to our base.
Oh, our sentry's down in intel. No, the spy saved it.
We have taken the enemy intelligence. Alert. The enemy has taken our
Going up.
I killed the CEO of Races.
Nice! Racism is no more. We did it.
Step aside, Obama.
Mr. Obama, get down!
Hey, spy, go cat.
Alright, I'm gonna do one more round and then I'm gonna hop off.
Of the
Our intelligence has returned to our
of
base.
team
Of-
TF2?
Yeah. What else could I have done around?
So are you bouncing off the stream period or just TF2?
I'm not certain. I only said one round is very tentative.
To compete in 60
Just, you know,
seconds.
all I'm saying is I'm moving in a offwardly direction.
Ah, gotcha.
Oh, I forgot what team I was on. I got slaughtered by Red.
Prepare to compete in 30 seconds.
Waluigi Yowie has become too powerful. He has become T-Pose Scout.
No. I tried to warn you.
We have taken the enemy intelligence. Success. We have secured the enemy intelligence. We have taken the enemy intelligence.
Stop hitting the hoovy.
Yeah, it's ours now. We have secured the enemy intelligence. We have taken the enemy intelligence.
Run me, boy. Boy. I'm topping the scoreboard somehow. I'm starting to get really fucking good with sword.
We have taken the enemy intelligence.
Sparky asks, Slacker, what's your favorite class?
He means sniper.
Sniper is my least favorite class, actually. Honestly, it's a four-way tie. Probably either Pyro or NG.
Our intelligence has returned to our base.
Hey, Psyker, how would you feel Buff Dusty breaking into your house, eating your ass, and calling you straight? I don't know how to feel about that, honestly.
It's a very loaded question right there.
Yeah.
Slacker, get to Intel right the fuck now and get this on stream.
Oh my god. You absolute mad lad.
I love this. Dude. Tap the Intel. Tap the Intel is revenge.
Oh.
Do it. Do it, pussy.
I guess I had to do it.
Yes! I got it!
Man, I was just holding on to it for like way too long. What happens? Hits.
Hey, you were drunk. Nobody can blame you.
Oh. Oh, I got a new item.
That ended surprisingly quickly. I'm gonna keep playing.
Oh, alright. What do we do now?
Continue to slaughter and kill.
You know, next time I go into... You know, after the stream, I'm gonna go into, like, our settings and turn off the option for manual review, because most of the comments we get aren't that bad. But because it has bad words in it, YouTube likes to hold it for review, and so it doesn't pop up.
Huh. Sounds like censorship to me.
You know what? Fuck it. Let's... You know what? Fuck it. Anything goes now. Except that. And that. Alright. I don't have Spelunky 2, Apple. Also, I saw your comment in the chat. Fuck you too, man. Postal 2,
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Okay, Sparky, Postal 2 I do have, but I've never played it before.
What's Postal 2? Is that the sequel to the United States Post Office?
Yes.
Did they make it? Like, is it the officially licensed sequel, or is it like a fan thing?
Okay, it's not about the postal office. It's From what I could tell, it's basically a sandbox game where you could follow the plot, or you can do whatever the fuck you want. I don't even know what map.
That's
Oh,
just
control
Borderlands.
points.
This is like the best map ever. This is actually the first map I ever played on.
Nice.
Competition begins in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alert! The control point is being captured.
Ah!
Alert! The control point is being captured.
Why are we just letting them take... Why did we just let them take the point?
I was dead. I'm back to late on artillery support. I got killed by Ben Shapiro's son.
I just realized that I am ill-equipped as sniper. Let me rectify that. Sparky says I'm missing out on a class again.
Thanks, mate.
Are we getting a Thanksgiving live stream? Maybe not on Thanksgiving, but I could swing a post-Thanksgiving stream. Or before, but not on Thanksgiving.
You doing anything this?
Probably... Yeah, I'm going to my aunt's place.
Ooh.
She's moving after... they're actually selling the house, so it's the last Thanksgiving we're having there.
Oh. That is a tough choice to make, though, ain't it?
Alright, now that you guys got the control point, I could probably just switch to a character I'm actually good with.
Blue is through.
Never mind what the hell happened.
We have lost the control point. The control point is being captured.
Heavy medic in our control point. Operator, capture that point.
I'm setting up defenses at the last point.
Same here.
I'll do what I can to keep him away from that point.
Please.
There's an Uber push at the point. Hurry it up!
Stars.
Alert. The control point is being contested. We have lost the control point.
Appreciate it, Doc. Building a sentry man.
Alert. Our control point is being captured.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, it's that scout.
What the hell happened? No, 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 no!
All I know is I blame that slacker guy.
Fuck you too, man.
Ooh.
3, 2, 1. Fight!
Give him hell, boys!
Woohoo!
Well, of course I get sniped. Oh, shit. I got moved to red!
Behind you, Pyro.
Kaiser?
Yeah. Alright, what's the plan? Are we switching servers, or just are we going mono-emo?
The control point is...
Yeah, I guess let's disconnect.
And we were just about to win. Well, I was.
Yeah, that's... If you're in the same party, they shouldn't separate you.
I know, I have this problem all the time with other friends.
So you wanna call
Press
it on
F
TF2?
to accept death of comrade.
So you wanna
Yeah,
call
you
it...
can reload. You can requeue us if you'd.
Oh, alright, I thought you were gonna be done.
Well, I thought so too, but then I started doing good and I got motivated.
That's
So now
always
here
how
I stand.
That's always how it goes.
Mm-hmm. The FPS player's creed. I should say the casual FPS player's creed, because some people are just always motivated to be a dick in voice chat. Me, I'm a simple man. When I start losing a game, I hate it. But then when I'm doing good, it's the best game ever created.
That's everyone.
Like I said, I'm a simple man.
Oh, Apple, since you didn't get to hear my answer before, it's not going to be on Thanksgiving, but yeah, we could probably do like a Thanksgiving live stream.
Okay, but this time I swear to myself this will actually be my last round. And it'll be a long one.
Alright.
Because it's payload.
Oh, payload.
And Thunder Mountain, one of the best payload maps ever created. I played a game on here a couple nights ago that was literally the entire other team was bots, and it was just us, a couple of human players against an army of Sydney bots.
So it's basically man versus machine, but...
But they're super-powered spy bots.
Oh boy.
Or sniper bots. So, and we actually won a couple
Why
times.
can't that be a game mode? Like, just have...
Like one super powerful bot versus an entire team of humans.
Basically man versus machine, but...
Revert.
But it's not a horde mode.
Right, like a reverse man versus machine where it's a couple of robotic players against a whole bunch of human players.
Mission begins in 60 seconds.
Spy.
Mission begins in 30 seconds.
Yo, what's up, Sydney? No, we're gonna win if we have Sydney. Yeah, we're gonna win.
Harry Poggers and the sorcerer's grandma's died.
Yeah.
I just want to win, guys. I just want to get some dubs.
3, 2, 1.
We're gonna cut all your hamstrings.
What you said, dog?
Not my hamstrings.
I said,
Those are my
based
favorite
on your
strings.
comments, we're gonna cut all your hamstrings.
I'm gonna cut my hamstrings off for.
You try to threaten a guy that supports bots and you get him mumbling unintelligible.
Yo, Spy, heal me! Yo, Subs. Oh! Look at this, bruh.
Sweet, got it just in time.
Did we all die to the same demo man shortly thereafter?
Oh, what the?
The freaking card stopped! Yeah, yeah, yeah! What the hell? Who stopped pushing the cart? Stay close, guys. What the hell? Who stopped pushing the cart? Little help pushing the cart?
And here I expected this to be a quick round. Or, no, here I expected this to not be a quick round.
The freaking cart stopped!
We're like 2 inches away. As soon as we push, it's done.
Pushing this thing or what?
And there you have it.
There we go.
But, as I promised myself, this is my last round.
Yeah.
So, I wish you a good night, Slack. This has been fun.
Wait.
Okay, I'm waiting.
Wait, you're just... We're not even gonna play the second part of this?
There's a second part.
Oh,
I'm
well, like...
pulling up community servers now. Damn.
Alright, so... I'm gonna shut down TF2, and while we figure out if we're gonna do anything else or if we're just ending the stream.
I leave. I just got pinged on a server that when I hovered over it, there was one person in voice chat. Like, it pulled up the voice chat overlay, but it was only one person sitting there alone.
Oh boy. Maybe watch some funny vids. What do you want to do? What do you think, Kaiser?
I'm.
All right.
Funny vids remind me of back home.
Back before the war.
Well, before all 6 divorces. That's right, baby. Big Mike lives. Hang on. This headline is interesting. Michigan Sheriff's Court deputy fired after posting photo of Kamala Harris watermelon cart. All right. Apparently that's what my Google thinks that I want to read about. What's the website again that I go to?
The what?
Ain't there like a website for those videos or whatever?
Yeah, we're not gonna go. We're not gonna go there.
Okie doke. I think that Apple's raises a very good question. So the is still going? Question.
So the is still going.
I would say, quite frankly.
Yeah, it's
That's
still going
subject-
for now. Hey Kaiser, have you ever seen Summoning Soul?
Don't believe I have.
Okay, well I guess I'm showing you him then. Basically, Summoning Salt is a guy who makes videos based off the history of speedrunning.
Is that really... Is that history truly rich enough to make videos about for a living?
You'd be surprised.
Interesting.
Sync vid link is in the Discord.
Fire away.
Alright.
Months ago, I made a video about the world record progression for Super Mario. A few months ago, I made a video.
So how familiar are you with Super Mario 64 speedrunning?
I have never even played the base game.
Oh my god, this is gonna be kind of a wake-up call for you again. This is one of those blink and you miss it type of things.
Video about the world record progression for Super Mario 64. That video talked exclusively about the 120 star category, which is where you collect every single star in the game before beating it. It showed how several gamers were able to work to speedrun that category in the shortest time possible, and how over time, they were able to push the world record lower and lower.
Oh my fucking god, dude! I'm a fucking legend!
But there's also another side to Mario 64 speedrunning. Some people try to beat the game as fast as they can while still collecting every single star. Some people, though, don't play by the rules.
I can feel your face right now.
For the past 2 decades, there's been an ongoing battle to beat the game with as few stars as possible. Traditionally, beating a game in the shortest route possible is called any percent, but in Super Mario 64, any percent's definition kept changing. The game designers intended to make it so you needed at least 70 stars to beat the game, but through various exploits, gamers have determined that you can beat the game with way less than 70 stars. This is the story of that progression. Hundreds of gamers have tried their hand at speedrunning Super Mario 64, but only a few have risen to the top.
Now you've caught my fucking interest.
The world record progression for the any percent
What?
category of Super Mario 64.
Minimum star. That's a weird approach.
Super Mario 64 came out in 1996. Back then, the internet was primitive compared to today, but it was still an option for talking about your video games. People ran to internet forums to talk about their favorite games, one of the most popular being Super Mario 64. It became consensus very quickly that you needed at least 70 stars to beat the game, because in order to beat the game, you need access to the final level, which is at the end of the endless staircase. The endless staircase is exactly what it sounds like, a staircase that never ends. Fortunately for the player though, once you get 70 stars, you will be able to travel up the stairs without any problem and access the final level. But until then, the stairs will just loop indefinitely. So, for the first few years of the game's existence, the fastest way to get through the game required you to get at least 70 stars. Nobody was really recording their speedruns back then, but there were reports of people beating the game in a little bit over an hour. Maybe someday, somebody would be able to come up with a way to beat it in under an hour. But then, a groundbreaking trick was discovered. When people discovered big tricks in games, the first place they used to report it to was usually a gaming forum or some other gaming community online. But this particular trick was a little bit different. It first appeared in the November 2000 issue of the Spanish version of Club Nintendo, and was apparently discovered by 2 guys in Mexico, Jose Angel Ruiz Villarreal and Dante Aven Ruiz Villarreal. They explained that if you go to the endless staircase before you have 70 stars, there's still a way to get past it. You go on the stairs and face towards the camera, and then do a long jump. Instead of going forward though, you push up the stairs and move backward, and then mash the A button over and over again. You're now doing backwards long jumps. If you mash A in the correct way, Mario will build up an incredible amount of speed. This works because the game gives Mario more speed with a long jump as long as he's below a certain number. Since his speed is negative, his speed is always below this number, so they always just keep adding more and more speed to it. He eventually builds up so much speed that he can fly up the stairs and land right next to the entrance of the final stage. You still need to collect 50 stars to get to the endless staircase in the first place, but this backwards long jump was cutting out 20 stars from the route. Interestingly, this trick went undetected on the internet for a while. It wasn't until 2003 before it made its first appearance on the internet, on a GameFAQs thread called Beating the Game with 50 Stars. A user named Gara2000 posted about the backwards long jump, which nobody else had heard of before, and from his description of it...
the sound video is so low so that we can hear each other.
Finally, he posted a video of it, the earliest known footage of the backwards long jump being performed. It was just a 13-second clip of him pointing...
The lighting is demonic in that.
But this video opened the door up to so many others on the forum. After this discovery, there were reports of people being able to beat the game in around an hour. There was still no footage that had surfaced of any of the runs though. Around the same time, runners discovered that there was yet another way to save time with the backwards long jump. You could do it on this staircase to launch yourself through the 50-star door. Although it's much harder than the endless staircase version, since you have less room to work with, this trick drastically cut down the number of stars needed to collect. All you needed now was the 30 stars needed to get upstairs, plus the 1 star required from Dire Dire Docks to get to the second key from Bowser. 31 stars is all it took. So, to sum up what the route was, you would start the game, collect 30 stars however you could, then go through the 30-star door, get a star from Dire Dire Docks, which unlocks Bowser in the Fire Sea, where you can get the second key. You use the second key to go upstairs, do backwards long jumps on the staircase to shoot through the 50-star door, and then do backwards long jumps on the endless staircase to shoot right up to the final stage. And just like that, you've beaten the game while just collecting a quarter of the stars that are available to you. Similar to with 50 star, players still weren't recording their runs at this point, but a few people did talk about beating the game with just 31 stars. A man named Curtis Bright was the first to do so, acknowledging that he was able to pull it off in March of 2003. He didn't report a time, but it is reported that his run was still legitimate because he was the guy who put together the route in the first place. And just a few days later, the second person to beat the game with 31 stars did it, Alex Penev. He claimed to do it in 49 minutes and 20 seconds. Once again, there's no video footage for this run because of how old it is, but it's probably legitimate. Although Curtis Bright's run may very well have been sub 60 minutes, Penev's for sure was. So, for the first time ever, someone could say that they could beat Super Mario 64 in under an hour. And then, for a while, everything settled down a bit. Runners seemed to be satisfied with beating the game with only 31 stars, and it seemed like everyone was running into a wall sort of. Penev's 49-minute time was really sick, and game-breaking tricks were already being used. Nobody knew what else could possibly be done to beat the game more quickly. Several months passed without any new records, and then something amazing happened. In May 2004, someone named Don Dunk posted a picture on GameFAQs. It was a picture of him being in the last level of the game, Bowser in the Sky, with only 18 stars. He said that he had discovered a revolutionary new glitch that could allow you to beat the game with only 16 stars, and that he would reveal it on May 15th, which would be 5 days after the topic was originally posted.
Oh, Tiger finally woke up.
Naturally, there was a bit of suspicion, but there was also a bunch of nervous excitement. How could 16 stars be possible? There was no staircase you could use to get through the 30-star door early, so it seemed impossible. Over the next 5 days, excitement built up more and more as players looked forward to seeing what Dom Dunk had found. Finally, the day arrived. Everyone came rushing to see the post, and Don Dunk explained the following.
You know, one of my favorite comments is that the most unbelievable part of this video is that somebody said they were going to reveal something on a certain day and they delivered.
Actually did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To start, you would load up the game and collect exactly 15 stars from whichever stages you could. After you get them, Mips the rabbit will spawn in the basement. You go to the basement, pick him up, and then go to the door that leads to the room with the 30-star door. Your goal is to go through this door while still having him in your hands. Normally you can't open doors when you're holding him.
Tiger's not here yet.
The best way that they had to do this was to set him down in front of the door, go through it, then quickly run back before the door closes and pick him up again. Then you make your way over to the 30-star door. Your going to need to clip through it with MIPS. There's a few ways to do it, but the method that Dom Dunk described it back then was that you should drop MIPS a short distance away from the door and jump in between him and the door. If done correctly, you'll then be pushed right through the 30-star door. Once there, you're forced to get the 1-star in Dire Docks before going into Bowser in the Fire Sea, where you pick up the key, go upstairs, do the backwards long jumps that are needed to beat the rest of the game. If all is done correctly, you will have beaten the game with just 16 stars. Everybody on the forum tried the route out for themselves, and sure enough, they were able to do it. The number of stars required to beat the game
That edgy
was cut in
signature.
half once again.
Can we go back and
A
talk
bunch
about
of
that
people
edgy
wanted to beat
signature?
the game as fast as
The what?
they could with this new route.
Pause
The
it.
first person to pull off is 16.
If you go back to the forum posts where the guys were responding, you can see the edgiest signature. It was a little further ahead. There it is. I never said I was human, just that I had eyes, and then a link. That's like the most early 2000s.
Well, to be fair, this
shit
was
ever.
2004.
Yeah, I know. This is like the most early 2000s thing ever.
They were able to do it. The number of stars required to beat the game had been cut in half once again. A bunch of people wanted to beat the game as fast as they could with this new route. The first person to pull off a 16-star run was the man who discovered it was possible in the first place. On May 24th, 2004, Dom Dunk posted that he had been able to beat the game in 42 minutes with a 16-star route. And about a month later, Alex Penev reported that he did it in 33 minutes. But finally, someone posted a run with video proof. On June 19th, 2004, a man named Brad Cutler shared a video of him doing the 16-star route in 27 minutes flat. Someone had beaten the game in less than half an hour. Cutler struggled with the BLJs a little bit at first, and he missed a throw on Bowser at the end, but for the first run with video proof, everything went relatively smoothly. But perhaps the most important part of Cutler's run was inspiring so many others to give the run a try, by giving them a video to watch. It seemed so feasible to do what Cutler was doing with a bit of practice, and over the following months, many others decided they wanted to try it as well. In November 2004, Mark Korsak became the first to beat Cutler's time. He got 26:25. While much of his movement was cleaner than Cutler, he struggled a fair bit with the MIPS clips still. People were still waiting for that 16-star run that would blow everyone out of the water, and it turns out they wouldn't have to wait long at all, as in just a few hours. Literally the same day that Mark Korsak did his 16-star run, someone else posted a 16-star run, but instead of 26.5 minutes, this one clocked in at 21 minutes and 55 seconds. Their name was Laurie Pekala, and through better strategies from collecting the first 15 stars and faster clips and faster BLJs, their run looked absolutely amazing compared to every run that had come before it. And it was this type of competition that continued to push the 16-star time down in the mid-2000s. Someone would do a run that they thought looked good, and then someone else would come along and say, "Hey, I know you think your run's good, but actually I'm multiple minutes ahead of you, haha." It was a really exciting time because you really never knew what was around the corner. But unfortunately, after a couple of years of no new strategies being discovered, Super Mario 64 entered a dark age. Starting in 2004, there were a few years where 16 stars seemed to be the fastest the game would ever go. So, a couple of runners, whose names I will avoid, decided that it would be fine to cheat and fake their speedruns.
You know they cheated because they used Xbox controllers.
One player claimed that he was the first to beat the game in under 20 minutes, getting a run clocking in around 19 minutes and 50 seconds. The run got a decent amount of attention, but in 2017 it was discovered to be spliced all over the place. Splicing a run is when you take part of one run and a part of another and piece them together to make it appear like continuous gameplay. He did this over and over in his run. Pretty much every screen transition was really him ending one segment and splicing on another one. The second one got a lot more popularity than the first. It was posted on Speed Demo's archive by a different runner a couple of years later, in 2007, where it was widely viewed, and the time of the run was about 18.5 minutes. But just like the first run, it was discovered to be spliced several years later, and has since been discredited. Although both of these runs are known to be fake today, they still wowed so many people back at the time. People were beginning to wonder if Super Mario 64 could ever go lower. The execution in the cheated runs looked so amazing, and how could anyone find a way to beat the game with less than 16 stars? Then, there was a bit of a breakthrough. In October 2006, YouTuber Mr. Robert Z uploaded a video of some glitches that you could do in the castle lobby. One scene featured him climbing into an out-of-bounds section from below the lobby, and he said that because there was an invisible wall, it could be possible to do a backwards long jump there. For a while though, nobody was quite sure if it would be valuable or not to do a backwards long jump there, and it sat in the backs of the minds of many for several more months. Meanwhile, over at the website Task Videos, a number of people were discussing potential ways to beat the game with less than 16 stars. After more months of discussion, they released a tool-assisted video, which is a type of speedrun where somebody goes in an emulator and manually inputs which buttons they want to be pressed on every frame of the run. In other words, it's a run that isn't done by a human, but one that's done by a computer playing theoretically as well as possible. And this tool-assisted run that they released didn't collect 16 stars. It didn't collect 12 stars, or 10. It didn't collect 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, or 2 stars. A little over 7.5 minutes later, it beat the game while collecting just 1 star. How could they have possibly done that? Well, to start, they went over to the out-of-bounds area that was seen before, and did a backwards long jump. Doing this perfectly launched them outside the boundaries of the castle. By then rotating the camera, they were able to keep enough speed to launch them through the rest of the lobby into the first star door, which normally requires 8 stars to open. There, they fight Bowser for the first key, which is used to go underground into the room with the 30-star door, and once in that room, you do this backwards long jump. This trick is extremely precise, but if done correctly, it eliminates the need to go past the 30-star door with MIPS. Enough speed is built up with the BLJ to shoot right past it. The task then got the 1 star needed from Dire Docks to unlock Bowser in the Fire Sea, got the second key, went upstairs to do the backwards long jumps, and finished the game, with just 1 star in their inventory from Dire Docks. As can be expected, this run made people lose their minds. It's possible to beat Super Mario 64 with just 1 star. The runners have been able to cut out 119 of the 120 stars from the game. There was just the 1 in Dire Docks that still remained. So now there is one last thing to do. Find a way to beat the game without that 1 last star. Zero stars. Swordless Link and AKA used a task to beat Super Mario 64 without collecting a single star. The creators of the game put 120 of them in. They expected the player to collect at least 70 to finish the game. Through a decade of work, it was now possible to do it without collecting a single one of them. All of the effort that the programmers put into designing 120 unique stars and 120 unique experiences was laid to waste. Well, alright, their effort wasn't actually put to waste at all. There were still so many other categories you could run that gave you the chance to see more of the game. Runners to this day are still actively running 16 star, 70 star, and 120 star, which allow you to see most of, or for 120 star, all of the game. In fact, when these tasks came out in 2007, nobody knew if a human could even pull off the tricks, particularly the backwards long jump past the 30 star door. You needed to mash super hard in just the right way in order to build up just enough speed to get past it.
So Kaiser,
Not
what do
to
you
mention
think?
all the other tricks that could easily go wrong in the run.
I'm
For a long
amazed
time,
at the
no
fortitude
human
of
was able to
human.
get past the 16-star barrier. The exact history of humans executing the 0 and 1 star route isn't entirely known. I haven't been able to find definitive proof of the first 0 star or 1 star run, but runners like Kaiman claim to have a 9-minute 1 star time a while after the task was released. The 0 star route ended up becoming much harder to master, all because of the 30-star door backwards long jump, or SBLJ as it has become known. It's hard enough to get your positioning and mashing to get past the 30-star door in the first place, but to also get past Dire Docks, which is required for 0 star, requires ridiculously difficult and precise mashing and positioning on the stairs. It's so hard to
And
build
none
up
of this
enough
is
speed to
possible
get
in the
0-star
3D
route
All-Stars
that it's
version
called
because
harder
it
than
uses
doing
the version that
recently
patched it out.
popularized 1-2 pipe clip in the original
Damn.
Super Mario Bros.
351. Yes.
The recent history of the 0 star and 1 star route has been completely dominated by the Japanese. This differs from the 70 star and 120 star route, which has been mainly dominated by Americans and Europeans, and from the 16 star route, which has seen a mix of both. Currently, the 1 star record is held by Zaya at 721, and the 0 star record is held by Akira at 644. Both of these runs are as close to 7 minutes of perfect gameplay as you can get. And that is the world record progression for Super Mario 64 NE%. Super Mario
Holy
64
cow.
is a rare example of how drastic route changes can
Oh,
become.
if you think that's
Some games,
amazing...
like Super Metroid, are little more than changing the order of the boss.
So,
to save a
where do
couple
you
of
want to
minutes.
go from here? Do you
But
want
in
to
Mario
continue down the
64,
Mario
when
64
new trick is discovered,
speedrunning rabbit hole, or
everything
do you
the
want me
runners
to
thought
switch
that
to
they
Mario,
wanted to do completely
Mario
changed.
Kart
We're
64?
not collecting 70 stars anymore.
Kart?
We're collecting 16.
Mario Kart
Whoops, now
64,
we're not
people
collecting any
speedrun that,
stars.
and it is...
Most of these
It's not
discoveries
as
took place
insane,
in
but
the
it's still
mid-2000s,
pretty...
when there was no
Whoa.
Twitch to stream
Go
on,
for it.
but instead gaming communities that you
Which one?
communicated with through text and
Kart.
on rare occasions
Alright.
quality VHS tape. But these players all came together to see how far they could push Mario 64, and boy did they succeed. Thanks for watching, I'll see you next time.
Actually, how... Okay, I guess I could save the half
I
an
made a
eighth.
video about the world record progression for Super Mario 64.
No, summoning salt.
That
Shut
video
up for
talked
now. We're gonna watch
exclusively about
another
the
one of your
100.
videos in a minute. Alright. There we go. Get ready for 30 minutes of looking at Brown. And it doesn't get boring. That's how good. That's how good summoning salt is.
It's the third course in the Flower Cup in Nintendo's Mario Kart 64, and honestly, it doesn't look too crazy at first glance. It's just a brown course with a white sky. No crazy upside down or underwater driving like in the newer games. The walls are practically right on top of you, so you don't really have much room to navigate around the track. But you see, this course has a bit of a reputation. There's a group of people who've been battling each other for the past couple of decades to finish the course in world record time. What attracts these gamers to Choco Mountain in particular? Well, probably the fact that this course can be absolutely and completely broken.
I can't finish watching the Doge meme song because when I looked at the stream replay, it got copyrighted to hell by all those videos we watched then.
Oh my.
Let's start by taking a close look at the track itself. Choco Mountain begins with a few quick turns toward the top of the course, followed by a long 180-degree turn that puts you inside a tunnel. During each of these turns, it's optimal to do what's known as a mini turbo. You press R to hop and start your turn to go into a drift, with white smoke coming out of the bottom of your cart. You then push the control stick in the opposite direction that the turn is and push it back again. The smoke should turn yellow. Do the same thing with the control stick again and the smoke turns orange. That means your mini turbo is complete, and when you let go
Apple,
of
you're
R,
cool.
you'll get a slight speed boost. It sounds like this will be a slow process, but a skilled player can execute dozens of these mini turbos in a row around the course.
I'm gonna be your B. I'm gonna get another drink. I'm gonna keep this.
The entire start of Choco Mountain is, fittingly, a loop around a chocolate mountain, as you can see from this overhead view. After going through the tunnel, you drive along a winding section with hills on both sides of you. Then, you make another 180-degree turn around a pool of water with boulders falling from above. Then another right turn, a few more bouncing hills, and you're finished with the lap. Alright, doesn't seem so crazy, right? That's probably what most people were thinking when this game was released in North America in February 1997. But it didn't take too long before people figured out that there was a lot more to this track than met the eye. And it all started with a shortcut that was discovered literally right after the game came out. Although several players probably discovered this shortcut independently of one another, it was first documented in an email from legendary Mario Kart 64 player David Wan from April 19th, 1997. The email provided the following instructions for performing the shortcut. Drive through Choco Mountain as normal until you come to the part where you can see the overpass on your left. In the time trial mode, you can see a guardrail to your left. Go to the part just before it starts going downhill, and then turn 90 degrees to your left. Drive into the wall and press the R button to jump at about the moment you hit it, and you will jump right over the wall. This little technique became known as a wall jump. Practically anywhere in the game, if you drive into a wall and press R to hop the instant before you hit the wall, you will jump off of the wall and go much, much higher. Mario Kart 64 runs at about 30 frames per second on the NTSC version, so in most situations you only have a 30th of a second to time a wall jump. But, since your kart is traveling so fast, sometimes it's not possible at all to time the wall jump. The window you have to jump is actually smaller than the length that your kart travels in a frame if you're going top speed. So, sometimes your kart skips over that perfect position and hits the wall before you have a chance to jump. This is known as the 0 frame jump, and when it happens, your kart tumbles like this. Looking at the overhead view of Choco Mountain, it's easy to see why this saves so much time. The shortcut is performed here, and you're jumping from the lower portion to the upper portion. When the designers made this course, they put both ends of the loop around the water right next to each other. The idea was to put a guardrail on the upper portion so you wouldn't fall off onto the lower portion, and put a wall next to the lower portion so you couldn't get up to the top. But with the wall jump being discovered, that pretty much eliminated the wall barrier. So as long as players were able to press the R button at the right time, and didn't get 0 framed, they would be able to skip the long loop around the water with boulders falling and save a few seconds. In that same email, David Wan provided the first 2 shortcut world record times for Choco Mountain, 29:86 for the fastest single lap, and 1:32:53 for the fastest 3 laps. Unfortunately, no video exists for either of these times, and I couldn't find a picture of them anywhere either. Still, the times were particularly important because they set the groundwork for the 2 ways Choco Mountain could be played. Either non-shortcut, where you drive around like normal, or shortcut, where you do the wall jump. And over the next couple of months in 1997, there were reports that players lowered the shortcut times by realizing that you didn't need to actually stop to do the wall jump, and could instead just drift into the wall like this. A guy named Kevin Booth reportedly lowered the 3-lap world record down to a 128, and someone with the nickname ABE apparently took it down to 122. And then came June 24th, 1997. David Wan would send out another email on this day, and he was about to reveal to the world more about Choco Mountain. If you thought the wall jump was crazy, get ready. David Wan's about to completely destroy Choco Mountain. Wan had already discovered one shortcut on Choco Mountain, the gray wall jump. But this email had 3 more, and the kicker? All 3 were discovered within the same 24-hour period. Shortcut number 1. After completing 7/16 of a lap, go immediately to the left and jump scale the mountain.
I'm back.
Rapidly jump with the R button while driving into the mountain. If you do this in the right place, you'll completely clear the mountain and your cart will flip for a few seconds and land just behind 3 hills immediately behind the finish line. Let's see what's actually happening here. The player's goal is to get from about this spot to about this spot. Normally, if you try to hop up the side of any hill or mountain on the track, you'll just tumble down when you get to the top. But, as you can see in this 2008 video from Matthias Rustemeyer, there's one polygon here at the top that you can just barely jump onto. If you do, it'll cause you to tumble down the other way, skipping you across the whole loop. Shortcut number 2. Just before you reach the big hill prior to the overpass area, go directly into the wall on your left. Drive into it at full speed and jump as you hit it. If you do this in the right place, you will clear the wall and land in the same area as in the first shortcut. This shortcut was more or less a faster version of the jump scaling shortcut. You end up cutting out a little less of the track, but the time you save from not having to jump your way up and down the wall more than makes up for it. Shortcut number 3. At the very beginning of the course, just drive around 1 cart length forward from the start line and drive into the wall on your left with the aid of a mushroom. Jump with the R button as you hit it, and you might land on top of the mountain. If you do it properly, Lackety will pick you up and place you right at the tunnel. This one might look the most crazy of all of them, but in reality, all that was happening was you got boosted up to right around the point where the track overlaps itself. The game thinks you're right next to the tunnel, so it puts you inside of it when you get set back down. Unfortunately, Juan also mentioned that he didn't believe the trick was possible to do in the time trials mode, since he'd only gotten it to work in the Grand Prix 150cc mode. Your top speed is slightly faster in 150cc than in time trials, and since you needed to jump up so high, the more speed you had, the better. Well, now the floodgates were open. World records were available to any skilled player who wanted to get them. David Juan was once again the first to do so, providing times of 23:81 for the fastest single lap, and 1:14:52 for the fastest 3 laps of Chaco Mountain. The jump scaling shortcut ended up being pretty useless for his purposes, since it was slower and more difficult than the hill jump. The huge wall jump shortcut at the start didn't help him much either, since world records were done in time trials instead of 150cc. But this hill jump was huge. It saved about 5 seconds per lap over the gray wall jump, and it wasn't incredibly difficult. Just time the jump correctly and hope you didn't get 0 framed. That's where the 5-second time save came from over Juan's old single lap record, and how he was able to cut off so much time over the 3-lap world record. His strategy was to do a hill jump and drive as well as he could for the fastest single lap, and do a hill jump once each lap for the 3-lap record. As time went on, more skilled players came along to take the record lower. But you must keep in mind the mentality of speedrunning was different back in the late 90s. It operated more off of a system of trust and respect. If you were a respected runner who could prove your skills through live
Kaiser,
appearances or some videotapes, most reasonable times you submitted would be accepted even without much evidence. A lot of world record runs didn't have video proof, and weren't well documented other than old websites and Yahoo Groups posts. So it's nearly impossible to decipher exactly who got world records when in Mario Kart 64 from back in the late 90s. From what I could gather, the world records for Chaco Mountain traded hands a few times in late 1997 and early 1998. Jason Walls, Kevin Booth, Jonathan Bernier, and possibly a few other people all took turns lowering the Chaco Mountain shortcut records in 97 and 98. But a guy named Alex Penev would end up changing the playing field. Up until this point, nobody had held any Chaco Mountain shortcut record for longer than a few months. Penev would end up holding the 3-lap Chaco Mountain shortcut record for a total of 4 years and 10 months. He would end up holding the 1-lap record for a total of more than 6 years. Penev is well known for having speedran dozens of games at very high levels. Nearly every Mario Kart game, other Mario games, and Zelda just to name a few. His first Chaco Mountain record achieved was the 1-lap record on September 30th, 1998. He would proceed to lower this record 12 times. The only time he didn't have this record from then until December 2005 was a 1-year span from August 2001 through August 2002 when Miller had the record. Penev also realized that the tunnel warp at the start was possible to do in time trials if you drift into the wall like this. It saved around 2 seconds, and using it, he lowered the 1 lap time down to sub 20 seconds. His reign over the 3 lap record was similar. He first got it in October 1998 and lowered it 7 times. The only time he didn't have this record from then until December 2005 was a 2-year span from May 2000 to August 2002 when Simmons had the world record. Now there's one very important distinction about Alex Penev that I have to make. He played on the PAL version of the game. The NTSC version of Mario Kart 64 runs at about 30 frames per second, while the PAL version of the game runs at 25 frames per second. This meant that the PAL version only ran at 5/6 the speed of the NTSC version. So not only would the game be played in slightly slower motion on PAL, but all times would be about 17% slower too. In order to compensate for this, the Mario Kart 64 community created the combined rank system, which could accurately compare times from each version of the game. A 30-second lap on PAL, for example, would be equivalent to a 25-second lap on NTSC. For simplicity's sake, I'm just going to be referring to most PAL times as their NTSC equivalent. Anyway, Penev was able to take the fastest lap time down about half a second, to 21.58 seconds by just driving better, and then to about 19.5 seconds by using the tunnel jump. He was cutting corners tighter, having cleaner mini turbos, all while doing a hill jump every time. He would take the 3 lap time down to 1:07.32 by 2002 by doing the same thing. In the first few months of Mario Kart 64's release, 4 shortcuts were found on Choco Mountain. Over the next several years, 0 new shortcuts were found. Instead, a few were theorized. In the early 2000s, Miller theorized a trick where you would bounce off of the wall in the tunnel and trigger the next lap to start. Although he got some very strange bounces from the walls, he was never able to get his trick to work. Greg I from the Mario Kart forums also theorized a trick. It was very similar to the existing wall jump at the start of the track, only instead of getting picked up by Lakitu, you would hold left as you jumped and completely clear over the wall and land on the track below. Once again, however, while this trick was attempted, nobody was able to get it to work. Yes, Choco Mountain was still an unsolved puzzle. Although some pieces of it were put together, it was clear there was still a lot more to the track that hadn't yet been found. But while they searched for more shortcuts, they figured they might as well get some more world records as well. Over on the 1 lap side, Shadow of Miles was able to get a 17:68 lap in 2005, which was more than a second and a half faster than Penev's best time. It was the same route of doing a tunnel jump at the start and then doing a hill jump, but his hill jump was so clean that he landed safely on the track without needing to tumble down the other side. This lap would end up standing for over 4 years. For the 3 lap record, Carlo and Miles took turns lowering it with the help of a tunnel jump and 3 hill jumps. Recorded runs were much more common at this point, but as you could see from Carlo's videotapes, they weren't always of the highest quality. A camcorder recording of a VHS tape was sometimes the best we have. Well, now we're moving on to the year 2007, and it's time to introduce you to one of my favorite speedrunners of all time. You may not have heard of him before, but you're definitely not going to forget him now. This is VAJ. VAJ began getting Mario Kart 64 world records in the mid-2000s, and by 2007 he was working on Choco Mountain. On May 8th of that year, he got a new world record, a 1:12.50 on PAL, equivalent to a 1-minute flat time for NTSC, done by executing 3 hill jumps and 2 tunnel jumps. Like most, he submitted this time to the Choco Mountain leaderboards on MarioKart64.com, but he was too hyped to do that right away. Instead, he turned on his camcorder and filmed his reaction to the time first.
This is what I'm talking about, muchacho! World record! Let's do it again! Check this out! Woo! VAJ!
As much of a character as VAJ is, he's also an incredibly good Mario Kart 64 player. One of the best ever to play the game, in fact. This 3-lap time of his stood for nearly 7 years, and in the meantime he was busting out world record after world record on nearly every other track in the game. One of those world records was for Choco Mountain 1 lap. He lowered Miles' 4.5-year-old world record in 2010, before being beaten by Carlo, and then he eventually took it down to a 17:59, or a 21:15 on PAL in 2013. He didn't record a reaction video this time, unfortunately, but he did provide a video of the run itself. No new strategies were used, it was all just the tunnel jump and the hill jump once again. But you can see how tightly he was cutting all of his turns. He was trying to leave no margin of error for anybody to beat his time. So now we're in 2014. VAJ is in control of both Choco Mountain shortcut records, and for the past decade, the discovery of new strategies has been pretty dormant. But remember back in 2005, Greg posted about a theoretical shortcut where you would jump completely over the wall at the start and land on the track below. For 9 years, it seemed to be no more than a theory. And then, in February 2014, Greg posted this in the Mario Kart forums. Greg called out the possibility of this trick, and 9 years later, he was the one to do it for the first time. He hit the wall in the perfect spot, held left, and was able to completely clear the wall to land on the track below. As you can see, this trick would skip the whole loop at the start just like the old tunnel jump did, but instead of having Lakitu pick you up while the timer keeps ticking, you simply land and keep driving. The key to this trick was the setup. Instead of drifting into the wall and using a mushroom, you had to perform what's known as a snag boost. If you're holding B and use a mushroom while touching a wall, the wall initially holds you back and drastically increases your speed. When you release from the wall, you'll fly forward at a really high speed. So high a speed that when you jump off of the wall, you'll be able to completely clear it and skip getting picked up by Lakitu. This trick would be known as the Greg style, named after its creator. It saved around 2 seconds over the old tunnel jump, and throughout February 2014, Greg and Zoran took turns lowering the 1-lap record until it came down to a 15:88, held by Greg. Now, Greg made his forum post at around 9:30 AM on February 2nd, 2014. Mario Kart 64 players from around the world immediately flocked to the thread to congratulate him on his find. Some were amazed by the find, while others were getting ready to try for the world record. However, one person's reaction was different from everybody else's. This guy, Whether or Not, commonly called Weatherton in the Mario Kart 64 community. Weatherton is a Mario Kart 64 tasser, someone who plays the game in an emulator with tools, such as slowing everything down, moving frame by frame, and making save states, to create a theoretically perfect run. Weatherton, too, was excited about this new discovery, but he immediately had an idea to make it even better. At 1 in the afternoon on February 2nd, about 3.5 hours after Greg's original post, Weatherton said that he thought a sub-10 second lap was possible. His idea was to jump off the wall, fly to the left and land out of bounds on a certain polygon somewhere over here, then get placed back behind the finish line by Lakitu and finish the lap. So he used his task abilities to try to get it to work. The next day, February 3rd at 7:30 in the evening, he posted 2 discoveries. 1, he wasn't able to land his trick, and 2, he had just found a different trick, probably the craziest trick in Mario Kart 64's history, the Weather Tanko. A 6-second lap. How is it possible? The answer lies in how the game handles checkpoints around the track. We know from the old tunnel jump that if you get stuck at the top of the hill, the game thinks you're in the tunnel and Lakitu will drop you there. For the Weather Tanko, you need to hit a very precise place on the wall so that your character will clip into the wall ever so slightly. This too makes the game think that you're at the tunnel. Then, once you drop back down, as long as you're behind the finish line, the game will think you're at the end of the lap, so all you need to do is cross it. A 6-second lap was miles ahead of what anyone dreamed could ever be possible. But keep in mind, this was a tool-assisted speedrun, so it wasn't a world record, but rather a proof of concept. Just because someone could prove that the trick was possible didn't mean a human could pull it off quite yet. This trick had a lot of parts to it. You needed to not get 0 framed, bounce high enough, hit the exact right part of the wall, and bounce far enough to the left to land behind the finish line. Some of the top-ranked players around the world began trying to be the first human to hit the trick. VAJ, who is ranked number 1 in the world for shortcuts, Greg, who is ranked number 2, and other top-tier players like Miller and Jones. By July 2014, 5 months after the trick had been discovered, still nobody had been able to land the Weather Tanko. They came close, getting all sorts of jumps near the top of the wall, but it was just too precise for anybody to land. At least until August 3rd. That day, someone posted that they had finally been able to pull off the Weather Tanko. But it wasn't VAJ or Greg or any of the really highly ranked shortcut players. It was the 29th ranked shortcut player, a guy with the username Abney317. .589. This beat the old single lap record by 10 seconds, and as you can imagine, people freaked out. This was Abney's first world record, not just for Choco Mountain, but in all of Mario Kart 64 speedrunning. Nobody was able to take it from him for a few months. But that November, the competition heated up again. On November 5th, 2014, Patricio managed to take the record from Abney with a 544. Abney decided that he didn't feel like losing the WeatherTanko record, so he did some attempts on the same day and beat Patricio's time twice, ultimately getting the record down to a 488. But guess who came back the very next day to break Abney's record?
Check this out! I beat the task, yo! Second lap, man! I don't have the replay because I pressed start and it happened in 10 minutes. Just 10 minutes, man! 10 minutes after my 517 on the first lap. I was like, you know what? Let's try second lap. And then I hit it, motherfucker! I went over the finish. I just pressed
I love this guy.
I jumped and then I hit it. I was like, whoa!
I was like, whoa!
Ebony, I got you, man. PJ's back, y'all. Check this out, y'all.
Yeah, VAJ is great.
VAJ would hold on to this record of 3.26 for a few months, but Abney would end up tying and eventually beating his time in the early months.
Yo!
Abney would continue lowering the one-lap record closer.
You almost sounded like Hank Elder.
The 3-lap record, however, was a little different. It was a story that had not yet been written. Before the WeatherTanko was discovered, you would have to drive around the track and get as many hill jumps or tunnel jumps as possible to get a world record. The WeatherTanko completely changed the playing field. You're given 3 mushrooms to work with in time trials, so you could potentially hit 3 WeatherTankos, 1 on each lap, and be done with the whole race super quickly, in under 20 seconds possibly. So by late 2014, the question had to be asked. How many WeatherTankos could somebody hit in a single race? For a while, the answer was just 1. Abney got a couple of 3-lap records that were under a minute shortly after he pulled off the first WeatherTanko in November 2014. These were both done by executing 1 WeatherTanko at the start, and then trying to land as many hill jumps as possible after. On January 16th, 2015, Abney once again made history. He became the first person to pull off 2 WeatherTankos in the same run. This pushed the 3-lap record down to 44 seconds, and that's where it stood for more than a year. Was hitting 3 out of 3 WeatherTankos possible? I mean, sure, theoretically it was, but Abney's odds in hitting a WeatherTanko on any given attempt were only about 1 in 40. He needed to hit 3 of these in a row, so that put the odds at about 1 in 64,000 that an attempt would be able to hit 3 WeatherTankos. In the summer of 2017, Abney made a decision. He was going to try to get a 3 out of 3 WeatherTanko run, and nothing.
1 out of 64,000.
I'll bet on those odds. If somebody offers you 1 to 64,000 odds on anything, wager $20.
Was going to stop him. He was going to start, hit a WeatherTanko, immediately set up and hit another one, and then immediately set up and hit a third one. Back to back to back. And I know what a lot of you are probably thinking right now. Why was Abney bothering to do this? He was literally booting up his stream just to drive into a wall over and over again for a few hours. You'd think that it would be incredibly boring to watch him do these attempt sessions, but that wasn't at all the case. He streamed all of his attempts on Twitch, and the chat there was filled with hundreds of people anxiously awaiting the one run that would be the one. They watched him as his attempt counter climbed higher and higher. First past 10,000 attempts, and then past 20,000. Most people wouldn't have had the patience to do these attempts nearly every day for weeks. But Abney knew Choco Mountain was at its breaking point.
Not even a jump, dude.
He had almost killed the most infamous track in the game. All he needed was one attempt.
Oh, God, dude. We got 2 out of 3. Like, I already get the 2 out.
One perfect attempt that would grant him the title of one of the most legendary speedrun world records ever.
By the way, he's playing as Toad because he's one of the fastest characters in the game.
Gotcha.
Yes! Let's go! Let's go!
Holy shit.
I know, he did it!
Yes!
Let's go.
I got excited for something that happened 3 years ago.
$26,461 attempts later, Abney had accomplished what was thought to be impossible. Choco Mountain had been all but destroyed. All the years of figuring out shortcut after shortcut, taking world record after world record, had finally culminated in a 3 out of 3 weather tanko. As of the time I'm making this video, nobody's replicated this feat, and I can't imagine what somebody would have to go to lower the 3-lap record anymore. The 1-lap record, on the other hand, was recently taken below 3 seconds by a guy named Frankie.
Yes!
Abney's tied this time a couple of days later, and has been trying to push it lower ever since. In total, 13 people have been able to pull off a weather tanko, with 11 of them doing it in the time trials mode. The fastest time coming from the aforementioned world record, and the slowest time coming from Theodore 59. Another couple of quick things I have to mention. This game was released in Japan before it was released anywhere else in the world, so Japanese players had the records before anybody else did.
So Kaiser, how are you feeling? You want to keep going, or do you want to call it a night?
It's 11, I'm probably going to sign up.
It's not really documented anywhere online, so it's impossible to add them into the timeline. And of course, there's a whole different side to Choco Mountain, the non-shortcut side, which is currently dominated by Matthias Rustemeyer. No wall jumps, hill jumps, or weather tankles allowed. Just perfect driving around the course. Matthias is definitely one of the best people to ever play Mario Kart 64. Maybe the best ever. The next time you're playing Mario Kart 64, try playing Choco Mountain. See if you could hop over any walls or skip over any parts of the track. Maybe you'll be the next David Wan and discover new shortcuts. Or the next Abney, and you're going to defy the odds to hit 3 weather tankles in a row again. Whatever it may be, you can be sure that you've done it on the most infamous track in the game. Thanks for watching. If you like watching speedruns, be sure to follow me at my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/summoningsalt. Thanks.
Well, in that case, I think we're going to take a couple minutes to cool down. Let the slideshow play.
Ooh.
But, because...
Slideshow.
So the Rule 34 from the other night, that was actually Kitchu, but I'm actually going to be editing the highlight for that after the stream ends. Yes, most of the content here on out is going to be streams, because if YouTube's going to earn the money, we're not going to put in the effort.
That's fair.
Because, truth be told, this channel isn't for the money, but if somebody else is getting money or is getting paid because of what we're doing,
that therefore means that you're doing work that deserves some money.
Yeah, I think, like, if somebody else is getting paid off our content, I think it's fair that we at least get a piece. So that's the new goal. It's It's not even to get that money. It's basically to cockblock YouTube from getting that money.
That's
Yeah, don't worry, Apple. We'll find a way around this. It's not going to be the end of the channel. There is going to be, like, more, like, traditional video content as well. It's just, there's not going to be as much, because why put in that time if somebody else is getting paid for it?
what? Dakota?
Oh yeah, somebody found, like, a really bad map of the United States, so I decided to put that in the slideshow for fucks it. For chuckle fucks. You guys might as well go to Storyfire, but I don't know. Look. It's a little early to talk about what the actual plan is, but there is a plan. It's just way too early to talk about it. Yeah, I think that's enough letting this slideshow run. We'll see you guys later.
Adieu.